Yeah, so after Fenway, I went to China for a race called the Ultra Gobi. It was 400 kilometers, self-sufficiency across the Gobi Desert, so like a non-stop race. My first time ever running that distance. I thought it would take about 3 days. It took about 5 days, so much longer than I expected. And then 2 weeks after that, I had the Baltimore Marathon on Saturday and the Marine Corps Marathon on Sunday. I finished third, and then I had a tough race in Marine Corps. Had some stomach issues, so I've been trying to get those sorted out. Ever since Gobi, I've had some issues with my stomach, but it seems like it's coming around, so I should be good for Sunday in New York.
So what number race is this for you this year?
44.
And for a marathon?
This is my 17th or 18th marathon this year, and then I think I've done 12 ultra marathons.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one of your more, I guess, highlighted accomplishments this year was doing a mountain marathon and then the 100-miler kind of on the same weekend.
Yeah, I did the Leadville 100-miler on Saturday, finished in 10th place, and then I drove myself to Pikes Peak and did the Pikes Peak race, and I actually set the fastest time. So I broke a guy named Marshall Ulrich's time from the 90s, which was pretty amazing. So he's just like an ultra legend, and it was cool to even have the opportunity to do both, like just because Leadville and Pikes Peak are both like such iconic races and so hard to get into. So it was really cool to be a part of that and to have the opportunity to compete. And I'd never been up Pikes Peak before, and I'd never been to Leadville before, so it was an incredible opportunity to get to see some beautiful country. And I definitely hope to be going back to those races in the future.
Was that one of the toughest doubles, I guess, you've ever done?
That was really hard, yeah. Again, I've been having stomach issues all year, so at Leadville I had a ton of stomach issues, and to be able to rebound from that the next day and then to run Pikes Peak, like I basically didn't eat because I was worried about issues with my stomach, so I just like ate off the aid stations as I was going up the hill, and yeah, that's the kind of thing that comes with experience. Like most people wouldn't start a race like that, and I just knew like that they would take such good care of me on the course that like I'd be fine, and it worked out that way.
So at one point in your career, you're a 2:17 marathoner. Now you're still racing competitively. Is it any, I guess, different approaching a race knowing that you might not personal best?
I think I'm still looking to personal best. I don't know if it'll happen tomorrow, just based on where my fitness is now. But I think if I'm able to get back the marathon speed fitness that I had, and maybe get on the track a little bit more than I have leading up to this, yeah, I'd like to set another PR. And so like going into this race, I think I have some big goals. Like I want to run sub 2:30. I want to be one of the top masters guys. I think I said I want to high five 500 people in there somewhere. So like I think it should be an incredible opportunity to be out there. And I don't know. I mean, I think if I can run better than I've run this year, or at least as well as I've run this year, then that'll be a stepping stone to getting where I want to be. So just because like I don't know, every time you think you're going to PR, you never do, and then when you actually do PR, you're like, whoa, I could have actually gone faster, So I think it'll be fine, and I'm excited just for the opportunity to run around New York. I mean, that's one of my dreams come true. Like I did this race a long, long time ago in the 90s. It was one of my first races, and then last year I came back and did it to cap off the World Marathon Majors, where I set the fastest average time, and just was like huge celebration. And so this will be fun to just come in and have an opportunity to just kind of crush it and see what happens.
I guess finally, how do you, like ahead of any year, how do you kind of plan out what races you're going to do in a given year? Because you kind of make it public which ones you're going to do well in advance.
Yeah, and what's weird is like next year I was actually thinking about that in the car. Like I haven't planned a ton of stuff because I always get these incredible opportunities that come up, and I'm always like, oh, I already booked something. So next year I've kind of left it a little more open, and then a lot of times, and I think this happens with the people that do ultras a lot, is a lot of it's based on lotteries and what you can get into, and like just circumstance and luck. So like I have my name in a couple things, and then once you know if you get in or not, then you can kind of decide where you want to focus your attention. And so I think that's one of the factors. And then I think one of the other factors is also like what kind of support are you going to have over the course of the year? Like who are your partners going to be? And I've been lucky to have some great partners this year with Hoka One One and T-Mobile and like a huge list. But like every time a new year comes around, you have to kind of see who wants to be involved and where your support's going to be coming from, and so and what opportunities you have. And so I think once I can balance all that and know where I'm going to be, then I'll be able to decide where I kind of want to focus my attention. But that being said, like my wife and I were kicking around like all these awesome places. Like we haven't. Hopefully, like we'll get to go to a bunch of different places we haven't been before, and like some of them are like Alaska. Like we like to go back to Canada. Like the kids actually haven't been to Canada, so like I've done Toronto, I've done Montreal. I talked to the guys in Ottawa this year, and it was like an anniversary in Canada this year, like the 150
Right, yeah.
anniversary.
150th,
Yeah. So like I had talked to like there was a 150K that looked really cool. And then there's just some big trail races up there that I haven't done. Like there's like the Canadian Death Race, and then I think actually Ultra Trail World Tour added a race in Canada. So the opportunity to kind of go explore different parts of the world or see different things is always exciting, and that's kind of what I'm hoping to do. So if anyone out there knows any great races, I actually want to come up with a podcast. So I'm putting it out there now called What Next, where you just talk about races that you haven't done and talk to people that have done them and see if they are something that would be of interest. And so like I'm hoping to get that started, but if anyone knows of anything good, let me know and hit me up on social. I'm always on there.
Awesome. Best of luck on Sunday, Mike.
Hey, thanks a lot.